Hi guys, hope you're having a great day. And I'm just going to review some of this worksheet. You have to do the 4 pages, but only 2 of the pages are actually work. The last 2 pages are directions on how to do this on the graphing calculator. Since this is review from last year, I think you'll all be fine. But once again, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. Okay? So the first thing you want to know is that there's different types of slope. And positive is basically something that goes up. Not a good color. Pen and come on. Okay. Positive is basically something that goes up. Negative is basically something that goes down. And we were using the words increasing and decreasing in class on Wednesday. And we were using those words again on Tuesday. So you can always look back in your notes. So remember that we always look at a line segment, or ray from left to right, and positive would go up and negative would go down. 0 means that it stays the same. There's no change. So that would be what we call a horizontal line. And an undefined slope is undefined because this is not a function. And as we'll see in a little while, that's because the denominator of the fraction, which comes from the slope formula, is actually 0. And if you remember back, we've talked a couple of times about why you cannot divide by 0. Okay. So when it's sloped from a picture, you're basically looking at how far up or down it went and how far over, meaning to the right, it went. Since we start on the left, we're always going to the right. So I'm going to count up. And I went from -3 to +5, so that's a change of up 8. And then I'm going to go to the right, and it went from -2 to +2, so that's a change of 4. Now you can actually leave it as 8/4, but it does better reduce to 2 because 8 divided by 4 is 2. Okay, slope is basically the change in y values over the change in x values. So in simple words, it's your up or down over your right. And this is the slope formula, and the slope formula is actually given to you on the Regents exam, and it says m equals. M is the symbol or the letter that we use for slope, and it's a lowercase m. So basically, it doesn't really matter which point you're going to use first or which point you're going to use second when you're just given points. On the graph, you usually start with the point that's further to the left. I'm going to call this first point my x1 sub 1 and my y sub 2. I'm sorry, my y sub 1. My x sub 2 and my y sub 2. Only because it comes first. So I'm going to do 4 subtract 5 over, excuse me, sorry, 2 subtract 1. And then you can just put it in your calculator and do the math. And 4 minus 5 is -1, and 2 minus 1 is +1. So again, you can leave it like that, or you can reduce it to -1. Okay, so I'm going to call this my x sub 1 and this my y sub 1. And the subscripts just basically tell order. X sub 2, y sub 2. Okay, so I'm going to do 4 minus 0 over 1 minus 0, which equals 4 over 1, which reduces to 4. Okay, notice that the first one was a negative slope, which means the line would be decreasing, and the second one was a positive slope, which means the line would be increasing. Okay, so you're just basically going to take the second y and subtract from that the first y. Take the second x and subtract from that the first x. Hitting alpha x on your graphing calculator is very helpful because it gives you the boxes for those fractions. I would just type in the numerator and type in the denominator, and that'll help you, especially with signed numbers. So you get 5 over -5, which reduces to -1. Okay, so those are a few examples, and you should finish the page on your own. And then this is just a word problem. You want to focus on hour 2 and hour 7. You don't have to look at the other numbers. That would give you your X and Y. Remember that X comes first and Y comes second. This is just directions on how to use the graphing calculator. You want to read through it. It tells you everything you have to do. And I will go over this again with you on another day. You can also look for other videos. This is called linear regression on the calculator. When you do the linear regression on the calculator, the A is always going to be the slope. Okay? I hope you're having a good day and hope to see you soon.